Hello, everyone. I am troopersjp, and this is my daily run-through of Sundial Games' 2026 quest calendar, The Souls of Saraku, where I will be playing. It's a 365-year-long quest, each quest being one in-year calendar that's like 5 or 6, 7 minutes, and in it we are villains. So I'm currently playing the villain Ysora Cronemire, and we have just sort of divined and found out that the armies of light are coming in to destroy the Overlord, and the Overlord is like, chill, because I've got soul power, and I just have to release this crystal, and I'll be unstoppable, my power will be absolute, everything will be great. And I have just done a lot of spell casting and working on this ritual yesterday, and hopefully we're going to find out how this spell goes today. So, today is Wednesday, January the 7th, 2026, or Wednesday, Deep Winter 7. The High Mage watches me sharply, his impatience palpable. Do not falter. Once the ritual begins, there will be no turning back. The dark whisper of the soul crystal, grows louder, but I push them aside. Let's find out what today brings. Before I begin, a large blast is heard from the castle yard below. The attack has begun. The armies of light are at our doorstep. We must complete this. Steel yourself, and do not get distracted, yells the High Mage. First, I must concentrate on the completion of the spell. This is a constitution check. I'm going to assume that my investigator does not help. So let's see how this goes. I roll a 3. The weight of what I'm about to do presses on me. Failure is not an option. If the result is 10 or less, my focus crumbles, and the magic flowing through me fades to a trickle. Take a -2 penalty to cast the spell in the further steps. You know, I actually have like a dial that tracks bonuses and penalties, but you know what? I'll just write it down, because it may not be in this state. All right. Now I must use the correct hand gestures. I must roll a d20 plus my dexterity bonus, which is a -1, and another -2. So this will be a d20 -3. I roll a 9, -3 is a 6. My precision and finesse with my movements will determine how stable the spell becomes. If the result is 5 or less, which it is not, bad things happen. If it is between 6 and 14, my movements are adequate, but lack the grace needed for perfect execution. Of course, I'm a crone. I'm super old. You know what I mean? Like, I've got, like, my hands are, it's a little bit stressful. 3, recite the incantation. D20 plus charisma, which is a +1, -2, so -1. Here we go. 18 -1 is a 17. The power of my voice will channel the magic effectively, turning words into raw energy. With my roll of 17, my voice carries an undeniable authority, amplifying the spell's power. I will increase the soul crystal power by 1, and I will keep a note somewhere for future use, and that future use, I think, is right now. Now I must focus my mind and mental energy, and I must roll a d20 wisdom roll. So, minus the, so it's d20 +1. That's a 12. Now, before we decide on this, I'm going to note something. I've got premonition. Once per page, I may reroll any d20 plus wisdom and take the new result. Do I want to risk it for the biscuit and try to go for a higher number? I feel like 12 is probably good enough, and we maybe should not risk it. Let's stay where we're at. Okay. The mental strain of the spell demands immense concentration and endurance. But I manage to maintain concentration, though it does take a toll on my energy. If my health was reduced to 0, hey, lucky for me, I did not roll anything that would reduce my health because I've already lost some because Darth Vader the Overlord is anyway. It has not. My health was not reduced to 0. So that's good. Sure. I think so. I think I just do the next paragraph, which is, I still have more to do, the High Mage shouts, his voice sharp and commanding. He points towards the door, his gaze burning with urgency. The battle rages outside. Take your place in the hallway and hold this chamber. Let no intruders set foot within, or all shall be lost. And so now I must keep the soul crystal power level total noted somewhere for future use. It's 8, everybody. It will be used much later in the game. Oh, I'll actually make a proper note for this one. Everyone, that was our adventure for Wednesday, January the 7th, 2026. And before I go, I'm going to say I just peeked at the next page, and it looks like we have to choose from the next set of villains to play. So this is it for Ysora Cronemire for now, at least. And what's next is, well, it's our next villain. Let's find out what happens. So thank you so much for being here. If you like this, like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff, and follow me here at troopersjp on YouTube or on Twitch, where I'm streaming live. But that said, come and see me tomorrow, where we find out who our next villain is, and how they're gonna do, like how their life is. I bet it's fine. Well, you know what though? We've got 8 soul power, and I'm sure that's good for us. Maybe bad for the forces of light, but then again, we are a villain, so it goes, it's See you later. See you tomorrow.